I just watched the Lilo and Stitch live action remake. I did try to avoid spoilers before I watched it, but unfortunately, part of the ending was ruined for me. I haven't really been a fan of the majority of the live action remakes, so when the trailer came out a few months ago, I was surprised that I actually liked it, and I thought Stitch looked pretty good. I really did have a modicum of hope that this film would break the streak of bad remakes by Disney. Like all their previous remakes, Lilo and Stitch was a completely unnecessary movie. And per usual, the animated film is far superior to the remake. That said, I didn't hate this movie, and I actually found it enjoyable. And the ending wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I heard foster care, and I thought Lilo was being left with strangers. But Lilo's new foster parent is actually the older woman next door, who's more like a grandmother to both Lilo and Nani. It does appear that Nani intends on staying active in her sister's life, as well as intends to permanently resettle back in Hawaii after she gets her degree. With the changes they made from the animated movie to the live action, this ending does make sense for this film. Ohana does seem to take on a different meaning in this film. It's less the core family plus Stitch and more of a community, because it does feel more of a community helping to raise Lilo, with the next door neighbor, her grandson David, Cobra Bubbles, and Pleakley all helping. I did have some other issues with the film. I didn't really like that Jumbo and Pleakley weren't really in costume or in drag, that they had devices that made them look human. I thought that took some of the humor and charm away from the film. I also didn't care for the fact that Cobra Bubbles was no longer the primary social worker, and that his role had almost been split into two. Overall, I did find this movie enjoyable. It is definitely not the same Lilo and Stitch from the animated film, but on its own, it's pretty good. That being said, I do still believe that the animated movie is far superior to the live action, and I hope that Disney gives up on live action remakes. Disney needs to bring back creativity and innovation. Disney needs to focus on more creative endeavors rather than just hitting copy paste on their animated classics to try to translate them into live action, because they're not really copy pasting. There's something lost in translation, something distorted, which always makes the live action remakes far inferior to the animated films.